By the time I was 18, I was pretty much in full-blown addiction, in and out of jail.
With that, I was like eating out of trash cans. I was living in abandoned houses, abandoned apartments.
Because of the drug abuse, criminal activity became prominent in my life. I have been incarcerated several times, been to prison 6 times.
I grew up in Tennessee from a family that was alcoholics. By the age of 12, I was experiencing drinking and running away, trying to get away from the abuse that I grew up in with my home. My uncles and my cousins sexually assaulted me when I was younger, and my father was really mean physically and verbally to me. So I was always trying to find somebody to love me and accept me. I was very confused because I loved my mother and I always wanted to be with her, but I couldn't stay home because I wanted to be away from my father. So the older I got, the more I was in and out of the home, which led me to juvenile group homes, detention centers, and like stealing cars and stuff like that. And then by the time I was 18, I was pretty much in full-blown addiction, in and out of jail. I had my first child by the time I was 18. For the past 15 years, I've probably spent about 10 years in and out from the addiction. Couldn't get my life together because I was always confused of what I wanted because I didn't love myself. I was looking and searching for a new life, something to help me start over and get away from everything that I had known. I just opened a book one day of the halfway houses and was looking at several different options. My counselor and I had spoke about different ones, and she mentioned New Directions to me, and she said that she thought it would be a really good place for me. So I called and talked to Dr. Tracy, and from the first conversation that I had with her, I felt a connection that I haven't felt with anybody in my whole life, and I knew that this was going to be the program for me. And it's changed my life tremendously. I have been put back in my children's life. I never thought that that was possible. I always dreamed of what my little girl's hair would smell like. And I've had the last week, I got to spend a whole week with her and just never thought it was possible. I'm now a manager of McDonald's, and I'm building my life back together every day. I can honestly say I love myself, and it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks of me because I know I'm a good person. I have a lot of hope for my future now because I'm clean and sober, and I feel healthier than I have ever felt. I strive to get up every day and learn something new because I know it's a new beginning each and every step I take. My plans for the future is to, in the next 10 years, have my own restaurant in Phoenix, Arizona, to reunite with my sister that I haven't had a relationship with in a lot of years. I've also been able to restore some relationships with her as well through this journey.
The life that I had wouldn't be the life that I choose for myself. Growing up, I was abused sexually, mentally, and physically. It was a very hard life growing up for me because of the alcohol and the drug abuse around me. As a young child, I was taken from my mom and placed in foster care because of the neglect of security that I deserved as a young child. I was placed in different and multiple homes in foster cares, which was very healthy for me because I was separated from the one thing that I truly care about with my sisters. At a young age, I was introduced to drugs, and that had me feel like that was my comfort zone. It helped me feel safe, it knowing what I was going through. So with that, after years went on, I progressed in my using of alcohol and drugs and became homeless for many years. But then I decided that I wanted something different, but I didn't know how to stop, so I kept going and going and going. So finally, I went to prison, and I decided to do something different. I wanted to live. I wanted to do something that was worth living for. So I wanted to get my life together for me and not just doing it for other people. So I went to the program they call New Direction in Georgia. I chose New Direction because I've been to many other programs and I never completed them because I was only doing it for other people to prove to them that I can do it, and let alone that I didn't have myself, my whole focus in it, so I didn't complete it. But being in this program that I'm in today is different because it helped me get in contact who the person I am on the inside. I had a learning disability, which took me a little longer to grasp things like other people. With that said, I've been in the program at least about 3 or 4 years, and it helped me grow in many ways in my life. I accomplished a job. I am now trained to be a manager. I have hope. And the reason why I have hope is because when I first came into New Direction, Dr. Tracy, she had hope for me, which she ground that into me, which allowed me to feel hope and to feel love and to feel wanted. And with that, I can take out into the world and give hope and ground hope into someone else who needs it.
I came from a very long line of alcoholism and drug addicts. I had a pretty good home, stable home, but they were what you call functioning addicts. So at a young age, which was 14, I became pregnant in high school and ventured out on my own. I ended up finishing school and becoming pretty steady in the workforce, but all on the same token, I was coming in and out of the drug scene. Because of the drug abuse, criminal activity became prominent in my life. I have been incarcerated several times, been to prison 6 times. I knew that something had to give. After numerous incarcerations, I learned about New Directions through a friend of mine, and I seen the major change it had took in her life, made in her life, and I also wanted that same change in mine. Since coming into the program at New Directions, my life has changed considerably. I have gotten self-worth. I have been more independent than I have been in a very long time. I have done things that I just did not even think possible for me to do anymore. And I mean, I just cannot stress just how much it has done for me. I have great hope in my life now, mainly because I have seen the change in myself, and others have seen the change in me as well. So coming from such a bad place into a good place in my life now, absolutely I have hope. Because when I didn't think that I could do anything, when I didn't think I could work, or that I would be able to function in society and hold my head up high, I no longer have shame. And I no longer have to worry about what other people think, because honestly, I don't care what people think now. It's just, I don't know, it's a glorious life for me. For some people, it might, they might think that it's a dead life, a dull life, but it is a happening life for me because every day I wake up with hope, and I know that it's only going to get better and better for me. I know that God is going to restore my family, my children, my whole relationships. I know that He's going to do that at just the right time. But in the meantime, I have acquired a new family at New Directions. It is such a loving environment. It's just like a whole house full of roommates and sisters. And the director is just great. She's like our mom, our guider, and I don't know, it's just a great life I see ahead for myself.
Hello, I'm Dr. Tracy Lewis, founder of Growing Discoveries Outreach Ministries and director of New Direction Transitional Housing Project. This is one of the many outreaches of Growing Discovery's outreach. In this video, I hope you've come to know and understand what women face by coming out of incarceration or drug addiction. Many of the women that come to us are completely homeless or they have no family support. It is our hope that you will consider becoming a sponsor of this program and this project, that we can help more and more women become whole, spirit, soul, and body. The program is developed in a way that builds a person into knowing that they are lovable, valuable, and competent, and can be a vital part of the community. Through our networking with different agencies and nonprofits in the areas where we have our facilities, it is our utmost desire to bring people back to wholeness. Today, we need your help. The women that come to our program are only able to contribute, once they become employed, 1/3 of what it takes to run a program like this. We've had over 200 women in the last 9 years come through our doors, and we have about a 6% recidivism rate, which comes because of day-to-day intervention, day-to-day training and life skills and approaches. So we hope that you'll act today and help become a part of building the lives of others and restoring broken lives. We do that through growing in knowledge, discovering who they really are, reaching out to others, and mending broken hearts. Thank you.